Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to BVTV. We're here at State Championships for 2025. Courtesy of the Bendigo East Bowling Club. My name's Tony Sherwell, bringing you the match this morning. A round of 16 of men's champion of champions singles. Brad Lancaster representing Gippsland up against Ellie Forsyth for Sandbelt. Joining me in commentary, man we haven't heard enough of lately, Josh Thornton. Morning, JT.
Morning, Tone. Should be good. Cracking morning here again in Bendigo. It's not even hardly a cloud in the sky looking around, so should set up for another great day of bowls.
Certainly will. Picturesque morning, as you say. This is end one. First to 25 here in singles matches of Champions Week. That's Brad Lancaster's bowl. Bobby Carlson is our marker this morning. So this match slightly out of schedule. We have some clashes forecast later in the week. Ellie Forsyth in a number of events. So we're doing everything we can to try and minimise the clashes later in the week. Both players were free this morning. Brad Lancaster playing in the state singles this afternoon. So we could squeeze in a 9:30 match up here. Another 4 games on this A green here, which is women's pairs quarterfinals. Conclusion of this match, we'll move over to the match next door, which is Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields versus Mornington Peninsula.
That's unless we have a big cracker and we go for 3 hours in the singles game, Tone.
Which could well happen. 2 very accomplished players. Brad Lancaster with a nice second bowl there.
It's interesting, Brad's using different bowls from yesterday. He was playing the fours yesterday, skipping for the Gippsland team, and he had I'd argue it was a green set of maybe arrows, and these look like white Dreamline XGs.
Yeah, always the way getting back to the Henselite. Of course, fantastic supporters of Bowls Victoria. And we must thank the City of Greater Bendigo for supporting this event. We bring all of the champions from each region around Victoria, all here for the week. The week is about 9 days.
So Brad's playing his third bowl. He's holding one now. Interesting little tidbit for the start of this match. Brad's got the mat, rolled the jack, wasn't legal length, and now he's picked it up and rolled it long on him. So, but doesn't matter because Brad's just drawn another one.
Fair old start for Brad Lancaster.
You might see some weight already here, Tone.
He's got the 2 back.
Shaping up for a weighted shot.
Just controlled weight from Ellie Forsyth.
Not far away.
He's got 1. Still down a couple.
Yep.
Both bowlers have 1 bowl to come. Brad Lancaster, not a bad singles player. Made a final of a Champion of Champions in 2020, but played in 2021 down in Warrnambool. I'm not saying anything else, JT.
Yeah, I might have lost the semi-final by a shot to him. Still spewed about it 4 years on.
I actually wasn't going to mention it.
Oh, you were. So that's the only reason you led with it. It was just to make me feel crap. Not far away again. He just probably wants to beat the back bowl. Counts.
Yeah, does both of those.
Ellie will have to go back to the draw now. Is not the target there once was.
He's probably got to get inside about 2.5 feet to cut out the second and third shot. Inside a foot to get the shot.
It's not far away. He's nearly drawn it.
I think he has from here. My eyes are nowhere near as good as yours, JT, but
I wouldn't be as convinced. There it is. There you go. Broken clock is right twice. And there's Tones once.
Yes, I've still got 1 more to come later on. Absolutely beautiful morning. Of course, all these matches are live scored, so you can follow along on BowlsLink. Sammy Atkinson with some interesting headgear over there. She actually bowling with her bowls cloth on her head. Is that what that is?
I think so. Looks like one of those Dutch headpieces they wear over there.
Lovely weight control from Ellie Forsyth.
Some good matches in the ladies' pair set up over there.
Yeah, certainly is.
And on the other green tone, we have the men's falls semi-final.
Yeah, plenty of good matches. So if you can get anywhere near Bendigo East Bowling Club, well, to be honest, not just today, for the next 8 days, through until Friday, you will find good matches everywhere. Of course, we do like your comments on Facebook and YouTube. Wanted to use Scully. Lance Tasker saying a good player is our alley. So he's claimed him. Fair enough too. He's a very good player.
Depends where, is he claiming him as Clayton or is he claiming him as a New Zealander?
That's a good question.
I don't know where Lance is from.
Let us know, Lance. I'm going to guess New Zealand. That'll be my second time right for the day if I'm right. And more to you, Gussie, Deputy President Bowls Victoria, also watching on Facebook.
I haven't seen Gussie in a while, and I've been avoiding him since Yarraville Footscray won the Premier. He'd be into me straight away.
Well, you copped it a bit on the stream yesterday, actually.
Did I?
You caught up on that.
What about?
There was somebody from Yarraville Footscray that said that didn't tip you, tipped Geelong.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, I loved it.
It was a good call.
I'll probably run into the boys at State Pennant when I go there and commentate.
It's a fair chance. All in good fun. And Whitehead watching on YouTube. We'll be down here this afternoon. We look forward to that.
So, Brad's currently probably nearly holding 2.
He certainly started off well. This one.
He would have been just trying to trail that jack. Ellie's final bowl this end.
Turning nicely later for the second shot.
So Brad's got the red paddles. Yes, 1, 2 in. Still a good shot here, Tone.
Yeah,
Can you turn that jack around the corner, can make 4. Or sit the bowl for 3 or 4. Close.
Not a bad effort, missing by inches, and that'll be 1 on the board to Brad Lancaster. Interesting you say you can sort of pick when Ellie Forsyth is going to play a bit of weight, given his setup. Not sure I can do the same with Brad Lancaster. It all looks pretty similar to me.
It's funny enough, you're right, because he was on the rink next door yesterday, and a couple of times there I thought he was winding up for a runner, and he was actually drawing. So, yeah spot on.
Some players it's very obvious, some not so much. Morning, Nan Smith, watching from Finley. Not my Nan, but someone's Nan. And Brad Lancaster sticking with what he tried first end when he rolled a slightly short jack. He's got the mat pretty much on the tee. This jack obviously a couple of yards longer than the one that was sent back. Morning to you, Warren Fair-Jones, watching from Collie, Western Australia. Warren watched a lot of bowls.
I noticed that he was a regular watcher at the Vic Open recently.
Yeah, very happy to have him watching. Dean's saying Brad's playing with a broken bone in his hand.
No, he's not. That was a poor April Fool's joke that Brad Lancaster tried to play a couple of days ago.
Well, was it poor? It's got Dean. Gets just a little slide off the front one and through in for second shot for Brad Lancaster. Been pretty good early.
He's been the more consistent.
Can't ride off someone like Ellie Forsyth, particularly not when it's 1-1 in a race to 25. Very similar to yesterday morning, hardly a breath of wind at this time of day. Sun's out and not a cloud in the sky, just absolutely beautiful. Bit of dew on the grass this morning, JT, so they'll be perhaps a touch slower now.
I reckon it was a tad cooler this morning than what it was yesterday. Went for my morning walk again.
Good on you. Is that just a walk to go and get brekkie, or?
It's probably more the walk to get the coffee in the coffee van across the road, and then I do a lap of the lake.
Good on you. Morning to you, Matthew Riccardi, watching on Facebook from New Zealand across the ditch. It's a great track.
It's just shy.
Second shot.
Yep.
Only one bowl past the jack here on this hit.
Yeah, it's probably unlike Ali to drop 3 short ones. To still find his range at this stage.
And this one sort of gets sucked into that little short pocket as well. Bradley. Get out of the way, Bradley.
He missed.
Yeah, Ali just coming off a front bowl with no change. That'll be one to Bradley Lancaster. Now leads 2-1. Picked up the last couple. You hear the lovely sounds of the magpies in the background. Starting to get a little warm here, really.
Yeah, the jumper's off already, Tone.
Yeah, we are right in the sun here. And not complaining one little bit. It's absolutely beautiful. Karen Brennan asking on Facebook, is the Jack High Bowl shop set up in front of the clubhouse? No, but it is about a 4-minute walk away, the full shop. And just a couple of staff shortages with a few things on, so they're just running with the shop, which is in Nolan Street. About a 4-minute walk away from the club. Evening to you, Mary, watching from Fife in Scotland via Facebook. Getting close to midnight over there. We hope we don't keep you up all night because we've got plenty of action to bring you today here on BVTV.
Morning, Casper. Hope you're well, buddy. Geez, that joke hasn't gone away either, has it?
No, we had the kangaroo out in the stream yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Funny that.
We don't miss too much, JT. Speaking of not missing too much, Ellie Forsyth doesn't miss too much. That'll be another counter for him.
Cracker. And a good home too.
Yeah.
Where the danger was.
Sits inside the 3 bowls of Bradley Lancaster. Morning Warren Downey, watching from Bundy in Queensland. Mary saying she's not doing much tomorrow, so she can watch a few games. Happy days.
For those watching at home, if you're interested in the scores, you can track the live scoring on Bowls Link. Out in the Falls semi-final, the Ocean Grove boys are 1-0 after one end, and the other match hasn't scored yet.
Brad Lancaster with his last bowl. Underway now. Morning to you, Rowdy.
Doesn't look too far away.
Yeah, a little extra purpose. Got a hole for the jack and does. Gets
Great
the jack
bowl.
through for a couple. Well played. It's out in the open, so a little bit of room for Ellie Forsyth to get to it. Nonetheless, he's gone from a couple down to a couple up, so nice bowl.
See Ray King manoeuvring around the green.
Always nice to have Ray here. Legend of Victorian bowls. It's got to stop, JT.
Yeah, I think
It will.
it should be good enough, I reckon.
In favour of that shot, we'll just get confirmation. Here from Bobby.
One green paddle.
The green paddle, that'll level us back up. 2 shots apiece.
If we keep going the way we're going, we're going to play 49 ends, Tone.
Could well do. Scar's resigned to the fact he's not getting his list of jobs done today. No, you certainly won't. So we'll have plenty of action today. This is Men's Champion of Champions for those who've just joined us, which was scheduled for later in the week. We've had to bring it forward just due to some clashes. So this is the round of 16. In the 1 o'clock time slot, we'll bring you the final of the men's 4s. Tomorrow morning, we'll bring you the final of the ladies' pairs. Action aplenty continues all through the week.
It's just that busy time of the year, Tone. With we go from the Vic Open to State Champs Week. We then progress into under 18 State Champs, then into State Para Champs, then into Champion of State Pennant.
And let's not forget the novice and the over 60. You can still get
That's
your
May,
entries
though.
in for both those 2 events. Yeah, it doesn't stop, does it?
We've got a little bit of a break.
King of Terrelgan watching on Facebook as well.
Not here in any events this year.
No, missing him this year.
I was talking to his ex-teammate in Scully and they sacked him out of the 4s.
Well, he actually said to me the Battle McElwain is heading up to Darwin to live. So
Yes, I did hear that yesterday as well.
Scully's looking for a partner, V-Man.
No, not sure Scully would go that low.
You're going to get yourself punched up, JT.
Vinny loves me. I'm sure I'll get a text message.
You'd have to go to the long list of people that want to take you out the back car park.
I think he sent me a message at about 3 o'clock in the morning after they won the Premier League Grand Final win. It was brilliant. I loved it. I woke up to it.
Yeah, fair enough. Ali still holding one. Good morning to you, Sheila, watching on YouTube from Scotland. Perth in Scotland, not far out of Edinburgh. Yeah, shaping up to be a great game. This one, of course, Ellie Forsyth, multiple-time world champion.
Yeah, not a bad bowl, that. It sort of leaves the gaps and makes 2 still.
Long-time Clayton member is Ellie Forsyth. I don't think I've been here to Bendigo and not seen Ellie Forsyth here.
Yeah, I reckon you're pretty much right, Tone. There'd be a couple who fit that mould, though.
Yeah, true.
You think, like, I go Ovens and Murray, you go Ann Miles or, Claire Sanders or Kylie.
Yeah.
which they are coming again.
How's that for a bowl though, Brad Lancaster?
Very nice. Still gives Ali a place forehand as he's a lefty. Look to sit the bowl, turn the jack. Nice full draw shot.
He's got to be a bit careful. Brad Lancaster's got the 2 back ones, so he's got to make sure he doesn't halve the jack down the
He's
line.
actually going quicker.
Surprising, but he's Ellie Forsyth. No change. Brad Lancaster has 1. Very good tactician is Ellie Forsyth. Got a lethal weighted shot on him, so I trust whatever he picks is the right shot.
Told you I'd get a message from Vinny.
Didn't want to let you down. Speaking of superstars from Gippsland, Joe Martin in the comments as well, watching on Facebook.
She had a pretty good Vic Open campaign.
A terrific one.
Funny enough, I tipped
ripper
her and
battles in
Julie
the
Simpson
singles.
in the pairs, and they were the ones that let me down in terms of the staff tipping. Come on, Joe. Lift.
Speaking of lift, this one needs another spin or so. So no change. That'll be 1 to Brad Lancaster. Trend of 1s continue, JT. 3-2. Now the lead to Brad Lancaster over Ellie Forsyth in this round of 16 men's champion singles match. Of course, we're here in Bendigo East Bowling Club, courtesy of the City of Greater Bendigo, for Champions Week 2025.
Morning, Pat. President Pat joining us on the stream this morning.
The best president in the country by far.
I agree, but you're also sucking up there, Tane.
I'm not sucking up, calling it as it is.
I agree with you, but I think you're still sucking up.
I wouldn't swap her for anyone else.
No, I'm with you.
This opening bowl will give you some scores from across this screen. So women's pairs action. Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields leading 2-1 over Mornington Peninsula. 2 ends gone there. Gippsland leading 2-0 over Wimmera, first end. Ovens and Murray leading 4-0 over Northern Gateway, just 1 end gone, so 4 on the opening end. And no scores yet registered for Sandbelt versus West Coast, as Ali Forsyth has a lovely little touch at the start of that end.
And then on the B green, it's still the Ocean Grove team 1-0 over Northern Gateway's team, and the West Coast team is 2-0 over the Mornington Peninsula.
So that's women's pairs quarterfinals and men's
Men's pairs.
fours semi-finals. Morning, Stephen McGregor. Hope you're well. We promise we will pass the time for you here on BVTV. Got what's shaping up to be a beautiful match here this morning.
I reckon Brad would be looking just to arrive on the forehand, sort of 18 inches, 2 feet away, sit the bowl, turn the jack around the corner.
You played on this green yesterday, JT.
Yes.
Sort of no real danger playing either hand.
No, it's
Playing relatively similar.
probably the side furthest away from the commentary.
The
It's
side
probably-
Ali's bowl is on
Yeah,
now.
it's probably the more even draw. I'd argue the ditch side. It's not got a little idiosyncrasy. If you want to play those in between shots, it might hang a little bit, but you can still draw shots. You can still play runners on it, So as Ali comes in and plays another good bowl, it's close for 2. I know Bobby's having a good look at it here. He'll indicate here.
Yeah, it is 2.
Yeah.
Good call, JT. Not necessarily favouring either side, are they?
No, but all hands have been played so far, so. Thought we'd see weight. Didn't like that out of his hand, unfortunately.
No, I think he turned away before that ball was halfway up the green. Ali Forsyth. with a tough shot to add a third. Let's not say he can't do it.
Might be our first end of not a single.
Does he get there for 3?
Does.
Whoa, what a bowl.
2 for sure. Great bowl, Ellie Forsyth.
Brad Lancaster's looking at this because he doesn't want it to be 3, but I think he had that look of it probably is 3. Going to put the tape on just to make sure. Pretty quickly
3 it is.
resigns to that being 3. So now lead Ellie Forsyth 5-3, first to 25. State Champions Week. This is Men's Champion of Champions round of 16 singles. Morning, Joe Whitehead. Yeah, an absolute peach of a day here in Bendigo. Nice to have you joining us on Facebook. Bit of Bendigo royalty. No Facebook comments too. T-Bone, Tommy Lester. He was here yesterday watching
He
in person.
snuck in late. I saw him. Give him a little wave. I didn't get to chat to him.
Starts work early in the morning, finished a reasonable time in the afternoon, and came down just to check in on the action.
Wasn't sure who he was actually supporting, whether it was the Bendigo rink or some of the Northern Gateway boys he played with at Golden Square.
Yeah, well, could
Both.
be a little from column A and a little from column B. Ovens and Murray up 8-0 in 2 ends over Northern Gateway, and the women's pairs a couple of rinks over. 2 4s to open the day. Not a bad way to start. Ovens and Murray combination reasonable pairing. Mary Patton and Peter Maddies are up against Emily Davies and Sophie Kurzman.
I keep nearly saying Mary Tregar, but
Yeah,
she's
so
been,
do I. Yeah.
she's married.
I'll have to check myself every time.
Good bowl here by Brad.
Many people would know her as Mary Trigard, that's for sure.
Ellie's just sliding down now. Is he going to get to the shot bowl? Does. Still 1 down.
Yeah, just pushed it up through the jack, so no real change. Brad Lanka just inquiring how far behind Ellie Forsyth's bowl is. Shout out to the volunteers here, JT, Bendigo East. They do a terrific job every year for us.
They do.
Whether getting the greens prepared every day or in the catering shed, in the kitchen, behind the bar. Look after everything we could possibly need.
There's 2 options here for Ali. He'll stay with his backhand, but it's either really firm and try and clip the bowl out clean or play a very similar weighted bowl to his last.
Yeah, good call, JT. I'll ask you while the players are down the other end, who's your pick in winning this one?
As in this actual match?
This match, yeah.
I'd probably go with Ali. Oh, wow. Both. I actually didn't see that. I'm not going to lie. But it was probably tight enough out of the hand that it probably was always going for that.
Absolutely picture perfect. Still a little bit of room for Brad Lancaster to get in there or at least cut it down. What a shot from Ellie Forsyth. I've got to say, I thought he was just going for the shot bowl.
Well, so do I. I don't know now, honestly. Hey, he can always turn around and tell us he was going for both.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him later on.
It's very
No,
close
it's
here,
not
Brad.
at the moment. Just got to stop there.
Oh, stiff to go through the hole.
Is it 1 or 2?
It'd be close to 2, I reckon. Having a good look at it, though.
Yeah, I don't think players are really sure. This one must be close. Yep.
2.
2 it is. Ali Forsyth picks up 3 and 2 in the last couple of ends. Now leads 7-3. Matty Ross Watson asking, is the men's fours being streamed? They're playing the semi-finals right now, and the final will be streamed at 1 o'clock or thereabouts. 1 o'clock is the advertised time, but it could well be a little bit earlier, a little bit later. But that will certainly be streamed on BVTV this afternoon, the final. With the winner of the match of Geelong and Northern Gateway taking on the winner of Mornington Peninsula and West Coast. Bowls royalty walks in the back gate, Tyson Cromie.
Is he royalty yet?
He certainly is. Winner of the Vic Open pairs. Playing this afternoon in the state singles.
In those men's four semi-final, Geelong's currently leading 3-0 after over Northern Gateway after 2 ends, and West Coast is leading 4-0 over Mornington Peninsula after 2 ends.
So they're both out on what
B green.
we call B green.
Or the Kenny Gloucester green now.
It is, yes. Of course, legend of the club.
One of the great, I'd say, historical figures in not only just the Bendigo East Bowls Club, but the whole area, you know.
Yeah.
He started the whole counting the games that people played pennant at the club, and they got an honour board up there with how many people played, how many games people have played. So,
Lovely little trail on the jack here. Ali Forsyth holding a couple. Really turning the screws these last few ends.
just a fraction tight. Is he going to hang for second shot, though? She nearly even hang for shot. That's the hand that probably gives a bit more, so I thought it was going a bit harder that time.
Probably just having a look. We'll get the signal now. He favours
Measure.
complete measure, so it must be close. Bobby Carlson with very good eyes. If he can't split them, you know it's close. Bit of excitement out of the men's fours semis. Bit of excitement here from Brad Lancaster. Oh, he just finds a gap. Didn't miss by much.
From a betting man, that would have definitely come from the Gateway and Geelong rink.
Yeah,
But
and it would definitely be Gateway. And no bookmaker would give you any odds.
nah. I was being kind and just saying it could have come from that
Yeah,
rink, you know. I reckon I could pick Lynchy's and Skilts' voice from here.
Yeah.
Ali's very close
Someone
here.
can hold a little trail on a jack. It's worth a couple.
It's just good enough for shot, full stop.
That'll do. So we'll find out the result of this measure. That one's
Another bowl to come.
Sorry, there's still one bowl to come from Brad Lancaster.
Hey, you're saying he can't get a tone?
No, I didn't see the bowl there. My bad. Makes up for me being right once earlier. Yeah, I like the way the Valley boys play. Like as much as they do, you know, they get a bit vocal and they do a bit of fun. It's never disrespectful. So good on them, being out there having some fun, and they can play well enough to back it up.
They were very, they're just entertaining from a Friday night perspective on the pennant stream during the year too, whenever they were on the stream.
Yeah, not wrong. All right, Brad Lancaster. One down.
All right, how's it shaking
Maybe
here?
two.
Just not sure he's getting there, Tone.
Nope. No change with that one, so we will find out. Turns out I was right, JT. I've got to take it when I can get it.
I'll be quick to jump on you.
I like your comment, Jeff Tiley, on Facebook. He thinks Tyson's reached the level of Prince. More to come in the future. Prince Tyson we'll go with from now on. Ali just measuring for this second shot. They peel one bowl out. Yeah, so it must be close. I think Ali probably favours himself and said maybe you put a tape on it to make sure I'm correct.
Bit presumptuous there, Tone.
Well, we'll see.
1.
2. I'm on fire today. I've been right 3 times already. 9-3. The lead to Ellie Forsyth.
I was going to say, is it April 1st?
It's just been the last 3 ends, JT. He's picked up 7 shots in the last 3 ends.
Correct. Yeah, no. And it's still not a lot. Like, Brad's closest bowls have been close.
Far away,
I mean, he took 2 bowls out clean when Brad had a couple around it.
Yep. Plenty of bowls still to come in this Champion of Champions round of 16 match. And morning to you, Andy Thompson, watching from Devon, southwest coast of the UK. I'm presuming it's ticked over to morning there. Could be still late in the evening. Ali with a little bit of extra weight there, headbutts the jack.
We'd be on the same time zone as the Scottish people, so...
Yeah, but it was like 11:40, I think, when we spoke to Mary.
It'll be 11:59 then.
Is it? I'm probably out by a minute. There you go. Scores from our women's pairs quarterfinals across this screen. Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields leading 3-1 over Mornington Peninsula. 3 ends gone. 3 shots apiece for Gippsland and Wimmera. Also 3 ends played. 9-0 the lead to Ovens and Murray over Northern Gateway. 3 ends gone there. And Sandbelt's picked up a 4 on the opening end against West Coast. Just 1 end played. So they might have had a dead end there. All those matches being live scored by the players. No scorecards being used here at Champions Week. You can follow along on BowlsLink. Morning Cougs and Kerry Disney saying go the Belters, go Sandbelt. I haven't called them Sandown this year yet, JT, you're pleased to know?
And I used to call them Sandgate. That was my ex sort of Queensland time.
Yeah, well, mine was from spending many years working in TRBs in a previous life, and SAN was the code for Sandown Racecourse.
Correct.
Old habits die hard. Bradley Lancaster holding 1. Beat that last bowl of Ali Forsyth. Reasonable attempt. I don't think it's going to be in for second shot, JT. If it falls, probably still third shot.
Wait here, Tone. Close. Might get both too. Oh, that was close. Funny enough, if he actually got back to the white shot bowl, the jack would have went forward then.
Brad Lancaster, last ball this end, holding 1. About 18 inches for second shot. It's a reasonable attempt, JT.
It's getting closer. There's no doubt about that.
Reasonable attempt.
I reckon it's just shy, Tone.
Oh, I'm going to say it's in, just because I like to go against what you say.
Two.
There we go, JT.
Tone's on fire.
I mean, you're having an off day.
That's all right.
I'm going to revel in it.
Just
It's not often it happens.
It's just building from yesterday.
Steve McGregor saying great game yesterday, JT, but unlucky. But that's bowls. Come up against a very strong Geelong contingent, skipped by Brad Pavey. There wasn't much in it all day.
Oh, last bowl, ultimately. I think we definitely held one, and if we held on to that one, we were going to an extra end, and he come down and got shot with his last bowl. Fantastic bowl.
Indeed, he thought it was quick.
I think we all did.
Out of the hand, yeah, but it held on enough.
Got to the second shot and flopped back in. It was beautiful. Well, beautiful for them, at least, anyway.
Yeah, we had a good chat afterwards, and he acknowledged he thought it was just a quick out of the hand, but as you say, JT, everyone probably did, but it got there. As Steve McGregor says, that's bowls.
Absolutely. Now, Brad's gone back to that shorter length tone. The mat's probably a mat and a half up, and the jack's towards the sort of the start of the centre line. And Ali has played a very good with his first one. Morn Coop, hope you're well, buddy. No fours final yet. Fours semi currently going at the moment. And scores as it stands. Geelong is leading Northern Gateway 3-2 after 3 ends. And West Coast is leading Mornington Peninsula 4-1 after 3 ends.
Nice bowl, Bradley Lancaster.
Yeah, cracker.
So that fours final will be live streamed on BVTV. Scheduled for 1 o'clock this afternoon. Of course, give or take a little bit depending on an early and late finish in the morning time slot. This one not quite going to get down.
No danger in Brad being positive. He go on the draw and get to his own, turn the jack himself and take the shot away from Ali. Just a fraction wide. And similarly, I reckon Ali's playing similar weight to his second bowl. Let's try and get to the shot bowl or get to the jack. It's just high, I think. Oh, it's coming now.
Oof, this is by a whisker. Brad Lancaster's going to have to be conscious of that. Ali with a couple of catches.
Again, get it first though, and you take the danger away.
Just had a first little gust of wind for the day.
Ooh, could be one of those ones that might get in Ali's eye a little bit here.
Yeah, it was right after Brad Lancaster bowled that bowl.
This would make a difference whether Ali plays with weight or not.
He's asking which is third shot. Obviously, Brad's got shot. He's got second. Third shot is the front of Brad. Well, the middle, I should say, of Brad Lancaster's.
So the risk now for Ali is if he plays weight and lands so wide, he pops his own out, he could go 2 or 3 down.
I don't see why he has to change too much unless that bowl of Brad Lancaster's right in the line.
Probably, it does, just looking at it from behind, the head angle, I'd argue it's nearly just in the eye. And going under forces you to play that extra weight to have the vulnerability. Maybe it's one of those ones where you go, I'm 9-5 up. I can take a risky shot and I'm not going to be down. But if I do get it, it's going to really set me up for the rest of the match.
Well, if you can get the jack through, it's worth 3 or 4. So
He's playing forehand still.
He's gone up to survey the head. Here we go. So that's swing weight.
Yeah, he's going to try and play underneath it.
He's not going to be underneath it from there, so we'll see what happens from here. Yeah. Oh,
And that's only one
no
thing.
change. Bradley Lancaster picks up a single. He's got 2 ends in a row. 9-6, first to 25. Good morning to you, Vince, watching from Leppington in Sydney. For those who've just joined us, this is Bowls Victoria's Champions Week here at Bendigo East Bowls Club, courtesy of the City of Greater Bendigo. This is men's champion of champions singles, a round of 16 match. Initially scheduled for later in the week, but been brought forward due to a couple of clashes. Just the only singles match we've got on this morning. We also have quarterfinals of the women's pairs and semi-finals of the men's fours. All these matches being live scored by the players, so you can follow along any match you'd like to on BowlsLink. Morning to you, Unch.
Never heard Ellie being called Slug before.
No, neither have I. What's the background of that one, if it's PG, please, Unch? Yeah, lovely opening bowl from Brad Lancaster.
Yesterday, playing against Brad Pavey, he calls his third Alan Drury Trapper. I'm like, hey, why do you call him Trapper? Because he's the best drinker in the club and he traps everybody into a shout. I like that one.
Somebody called him Trapper in the comments and I got a little confused as to who they were talking about. So that was Alan Drury. There you go.
Didn't mind that one.
Traps everyone to a shout. Goodness me. Never a shortage of nicknames in bowls, that's for sure.
That's for sure. And some are PG and some aren't.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, Brad started well this end with his first. I've been a big believer for years, Tone, that when it comes to singles, if your first bowl is very effective, you tend to win. And I couldn't tell you the percentage, but you know, you win your games. The first bowl sets you up big time.
Yep, it's a fair call.
Ellie's having a run already. Close. Dead end.
Jack's out of bounds. Dead ends, of course, are replayed at Champions Week. It's not about time limits. It's not about rushing through games. It's about finding the best. As we reset this end, we'll give you some scores in the women's women's pairs quarterfinal, I should say. Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields leading 5-1 over Mornington Peninsula. 4 ends gone there. Wimmera 5 leading Gippsland 3, also after 4 ends. No change in the Ovens and Murray Northern Gateway score. Ovens and Murray leading 9-0. And Sandbelt 5 leading West Coast 1 after 3 ends. That's women's pairs quarterfinals.
So Unch has explained where the slug comes from, and it's definitely PG, so it's all good. It's a moustache that looked like a small slug above the top lip. Interesting.
Yeah, his second comment's the reason it works. So the trick with nicknames, you got to not react, or someone's got to not react. So.
Yeah. And then Jeff Tyler's got a question about veterans being ever reintroduced to Champions Week. Right, currently we have a 16 over state carnival. It's played at fabulous Club Barham, and the way entries are lined up for this year, improving again, I think it'll stay that way for a little bit at least.
Yeah, it's turned into a huge carnival. We had the inaugural one last year and went off with an absolute bang.
I touched base with Sam this week about it, just saying how we're going for entries. He goes, we've got the same amount of entries for last year as we do right now with a month still to go. So
yeah, it's going to be huge. If you haven't got your entries in, jump onto the Bowlswick website and put them in for the Over 60s Carnival. Of course, Barham and Surrounds hosting it. Last year, not just great bowls on the green, but a great time off the green. We had some, some Elvis, Roy Orbison shows. We had an ABBA show. We had a trivia night. A bunch of stuff that really turned into a carnival atmosphere. So, good fun.
So scores out on the B green for the men's fours semi-final. Geelong currently leading 5-2 after 4 ends. And West Coast leading 4-1 after 3 ends.
Yeah, 2 ripper bowls from Brad Lancaster. Wonderful to see more weight from Ellie Forsyth. Killed the last end when it got a bit hairy.
I don't reckon yet.
Just
it's more that reaching weight at the moment. And he's close.
Oh, just misses the jack.
Yeah, see, I actually like this from Brad. He should try and should change and try and play and try the jack himself and take the shot away.
How far does he want to trail it, JT?
A foot max. You'd even be happy maybe going from 2 up to 1 up, taking away the danger of Ali getting it. And if he misses high like he has, he's come to a good home.
Yeah, it kind of stifles a little bit of what Ellie Forsyth's trying to do.
I think Ali's going to play more now. It's close.
It's got balls.
Oh,
And jack. What a ball.
that was, I'll use the word sublime weight, because by playing that weight, it allowed him to get onto the jack and hang with the jack and not disappear out of the head.
I don't think it's 2. I think it's only 1. Bobby Carlson's about to give us here just the 1 to Ellie Forsyth, but couple down to 1 up. Fantastic turnaround. Brad Lancaster with his last bowl of this end.
I think, and there's a bit of methodology in playing the minimal amount of weight to get the shot you need, because that means your bowl's more chance of hanging around and providing another option of getting shot.
That's what makes Ellie Forsyth so good. He can go full-blooded, or he can go control weight, or he can go just that yard over.
I didn't think Brad was high enough here. Let's see if I'm right.
No, just a touch under. So Ellie Forsyth, a chance to add a second. It's got about 2 feet of room.
It's all on the speed now.
It's got to hurry. You may have caught an FX Mike Ellie Forsyth saying, "You idiot," referring to himself, just leaving that one a touch short. Take the single though. First double figures. Not worth anything, but must feel good. 10-6. Jeff Tiley saying the over 60 carnival last year was spectacular. And Stevie Shannon saying it's brilliant, but his doctor doesn't agree. Not sure what that's about. A little too much partying, maybe, Stevie Shannon. Yeah, it was just a really good, fun atmosphere all week up there in Barham and surrounds. Had so many entries last year. We even went as far as your club, JT.
Correct.
Very clever.
Yeah, marvellous Murray Downs.
Some of the best greens we've got on offer at Murray Downs. Kinder here. Of course, we're at Bendigo East, known for its spectacular greens.
Close bowl here by Brad. Good starter again. I'd argue his first bowl outside those 3 ends that he dropped the 2 threes, the 2 twos and the 3. He's been the better first bowl bowler.
Yep. Ellie's been great with his conversions.
Correct.
May well see another one here. It's just going to duck under slightly. Lovely effort, second shot. Gets this Ellie Forsyth bowl through. It's good, but unfortunately just tickles it around the corner. No change.
No, and again, Ali will be looking to try and get to the jack first, trial it himself. He'll make 3 if he gets it.
You can play that little bit of extra weight here.
And
Jack around the corner's good.
And sit the bowl's good too.
It's just going to be a touch high. Morning, Cougs. It's a handy 3 bowls from Brad Lancaster. Still just holding 1. Same shot on offer for Ali Forsyth. And looking to drag this jack back. If you can sit the bowls, that's a good second prize. Certainly
It's
tighter.
definitely tighter.
It's a bit quicker too.
Oh,
Wow.
shot.
Just spectacular. Plays it picture perfect. A little bit extra weight this time. Gets both white bowls. Sticks around for second shot. First shot and second shot, I should say.
Yeah, I thought Brad would be reaching too. He's got a chance to land both the bowls or get the jack.
I think he's a touch narrow out of the
He
hand,
is,
JT.
Tony.
Another couple to Ali Forsyth. 12-6 now. Almost halfway to 25 shots, of course, both champion to champion singles and our state singles. First to 25 at Champions Week.
It's his conversion game that's done the job so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd argue he hasn't drawn as well as he normally can.
Yeah, those little sort of few yards over shots have just been cherry ripe.
Saskatchewan. That's Canada, isn't it, Tane?
It is, yes.
Saskatchewan.
Greetings to you, Cam. Hope you're well. Enjoying the coverage via Facebook. Of course, you can follow us on Facebook and YouTube. BVTV bringing you truckload of matches across this Champions Week, courtesy of Moama Bowls Club and Dandenong Club. They power the stream.
Morning, Tim. Yeah, I reckon the green will be running around 15 based off yesterday, and it's probably the same. If not, it gets better. Little dew this morning, so it would have been, it's probably going through that period where it's just freeing up a little bit now.
Yeah, it'll just get quicker as the day goes on.
It's not lightning or anything. It doesn't get too far above 16, I wouldn't have thought. Not yet, anyway.
No, it's just nice pace, isn't it?
Sort of play all the shots. I was saying before how Ali probably hasn't drawn as well as he could, but he's made a lot out of me and he's gone whooshka with his first bowl this end.
Yeah. Morning to you, Joe Whitehead. Nice to see you. The Vic Open last week. And a very nice match of champion of champions singles to bring you this morning. Beautiful day here at Bendigo East Bowls Club. Ali Forsyth in front, but match far from over.
So score update for the men's 4 semis. Geelong currently leading Northern Gateway 5-3 after 5 ends, and West Coast leading Mornington Peninsula 4-2 after 4 ends.
So a couple of nice close matches in the semi-finals of the men's 4s.
Probably from Ali. Just going to slide past the jack, count, and finish in a good home.
Just make it look easy now.
Not much of a target for Brad either, so I think he's going to have to draw. Well, although he's pondering this at the moment, Tone. The only thing I think, like, if he doesn't think he can draw it, then maybe attacking now is a good idea, but I said it doesn't look, you know, from the behind that head angle, it's not a fat target.
Just the draw.
Peter Hardy, what bowl does Ali use? He's using Dreamline XGs. Peter? So the weight here from Brad's actually terrific.
It's a very good effort.
Might get to second shot.
It also sits there for Ali Forsyth to use.
Yeah, so I think Ali's playing a similar weighted bowl to his last, which is a foot behind. He can sit the bowl, or if he happens to trail, he brings his bowl back into it again for 3.
Yeah, I think Brad Lancaster really needs to get through that jack or bowl. Try and get the jack out the other side of the rink. Morning to you, Roy. Anthony Campbell. Watching from Dandenong, Queensland.
Ali's not far from getting that jack movement, Tone.
Yeah, asking for it to be nice. Well,
It's probably one of those ones, and he's pulling the face that I would pull in this situation, where it's a good bowl, but it's a good bad bowl where it's fattened it up and exposed the jack.
it could have been worse, but it's not ideal, is it? So Cam from Canada is saying, enjoying the coverage, no bowls for a while. 40 centimetres of snow on the green, so that would make it hard.
In April in Canada, because we're coming into their summer in sort of June, July, August.
Getting close.
Yeah, shivers.
2 degrees. Working outside in a light sweater though. Yeah, the old sunburn off the reflection off the snow can be pretty harsh. So all the best, Cam. We'll bring you some coverage.
Yeah, it's a big bowling scheme of this match, I think, Tone.
It is.
He's
How
down
much
2.
weight does he play, JT?
Well, I think he's playing a lot firmer.
He's got the back bowl. Doesn't want to remove his own on the right wing for go down 3 though.
It's pointed well.
Track's good.
All the way through. Yes.
Jack all the way through. Hardly even a touch on anything else, and a big yell. Brad Lancaster picks up a couple.
And took Ali's bowl out as well. Made 2 out of that. If not, yeah, it'd be 2, I reckon. Ali's reactions are still about his own bowl, opening it up.
Yeah, he's a bit mad at himself. Did give that opportunity, and Brad Lancaster good enough to play it. 8-12 now. Played it picture perfect. Jack straight through. Picks up a couple. Bringing you the coverage on BVTV. Thanks to our great friends at Moama Bowling Club and Dandenong Club. Of course, we're at Dandenong Club for the BCIB Metropolitan Premier Division Grand Final, won by JT's Yarraville Footscray Dogs. And we'll be in Moama, not too distant future, for the Champion of State pennant. For those who haven't yet got their entries in for the Over 60s Carnival, open to any bowler over 60 years of age, or the Novice Carnival, open to anybody who's been playing less than 3 years. Head to the Bowlswick website, get your entries in. Good chance to pick up some cash. Great chance to meet some new people and have a bit of fun. Ali just resetting there. I'm not sure if somebody moved in the background or...
I think there was a guy moving, and he even picked up on himself. The guy moving and stopped.
Yep. Well, hasn't harmed him though.
Great opening bowl. Geez, other than St Murray got away to a flyer there in that match in the ladies' pairs, Tone. 14-2 after 5.
That's huge. Picked up successive 4s on the opening 2 ends. Don Woolno wondering why the marker is looking at the head while the player is examining it. I can imagine the player might have asked them to give an opinion.
Also, it's a marker's job to actually anticipate what might be called and to say that he can paddle the right amount of shots as well.
Yeah, this one is Bobby Carlson, life member of Bowls Victoria. Umpired and marked at Commonwealth Games, World Championships, and everything in between. Scott Cassidy quite rightly reminding me entries for the under-18s are also open. Again, head to the Bowlswick website.
State Paras is open too, Tone.
It certainly is. You playing this year, JT?
Oh, I think so, Tone.
Have a crack at another title.
So there we go.
Yeah, of course, our Paras played at Kangaroo Flat, not too far down the road here. Probably 10 minutes from here, JT.
Yeah, about that.
And our under-18s played at Sunbury Bowls Club, the home of our under-18 program in Victoria. Always good, the under-18s. Got plenty of support from the parents. Played in school holidays, so gets a good crowd of youngsters all plying their trade.
I think he's high. That was my first reaction watching on the screen.
Yeah, just let out a bit of a groan.
Ali's awfully close to this one again too, Tone. Be either get into his own. Yep. Good
Yeah,
bowl.
brilliant bowling.
Holding two.
A little bit of pressure on Brad Lancaster now. Changing hands.
I don't mind the shot though. He's got his own bowls to roll through. Land something through, which is close.
Gets the jack and it spits.
Has he done it enough though? Has it spit it far enough? And he's still holding one, Ali is. So good bowl by Brad. Got a bit of jack movement.
LA Forsyth with the last bowl. Not sure what you mean there, Thomas Perry. Correct the score. It is 12-8. Currently, first to 25. 12-8 the lead to LA Forsyth.
Ali's close again.
Could
Got to
well be
roll
14-8
a
after
fraction
this.
more. I'd argue that's nearly good enough.
I think you're right, JT.
Huh, for the first time today.
Just double check. You're not right yet, JT.
Ooh.
You're on shaky ground.
Nah, wrong again.
JT,
On fire.
whatever you had for dinner last night, don't have it tonight.
No, we're not doing that. You know that, Tone.
It's true. So a single picked up by LA Forsyth, now 13-8. Scores from our women's pairs quarterfinals. So it's Bendigo Campaspe Goldfield leading 8-3 over Mornington Peninsula, 6 ends gone. Wimmera leading 10-3 over Gippsland, also 6 ends gone. 6 ends also gone in the match with Ovens and Murray Northern Gateway. Ovens and Murray leading 14-4. And the final match on this green, rounding out the quarterfinals, Sandbelt leading West Coast 5-3 after 4 ends.
And in the men's fours semi-final, Geelong leading Northern Gateway 8-3 after 6. And West Coast leading Mornington Peninsula 4-3 after 5. So that's the tie to one of the two at the moment.
Ethan Fruin, a blast from the past, watching on Facebook. Nice to hear from you, Ethan. Hope you're going well, mate. Yeah, they are a couple of good fellas, and they're both bowling well. Not a lot in this. It's a 5-shot difference, but it's been a good match so far. And Matt West saying you're a bit unlucky, JT, yesterday, but he was very happy for Uncle Mick.
I don't think it's his real uncle.
No, it's not at all, but we had a good bit of a joke about it yesterday. Never let the truth get in the way of a good story, JT,
Yeah.
particularly when you're commentating.
Uncle Mick and I are premiership teammates from way back.
This is true. Geelong West. You snuck into that side, didn't you? Saw they were a good chance of winning the premiership and just inserted yourself into the team for
Yeah,
the last
I played three
matches
games
of the season.
They knew a good thing when they seen it, Tone.
Yeah, and I know you're tight. Unbelievable. You're probably trying to get in your Footscray's side for
State
Champion
pennant.
State pennant.
Oh, well, they've got about 6 missing, so they'll be looking for someone.
I don't think they'd have you.
No, I don't think so either.
Are you going to tip them?
No way. Why would I tip him? Why would I start now? It just makes my life enjoyable when I do it.
They're going to be after you.
That's all right.
Yeah, nice bowl from Ellie. Holding 3. Even Hugh O'Reilly's sorry you lost. You're getting a lot of love, JT. I'm not sure I'm comfortable with it.
They're just feeling sorry for me.
Brad Lancaster, just with a touch of indecision here. Wanted to know from Bobby Carlson if it is in fact 3. Thank you for your kind words, Ian, on Facebook. Great coverage of the Vic Open. All great coverage here. It's very easy to provide great coverage when you've got great matches, and we seem to have them in spades.
Brad's a bit tight here. Yeah. It's probably the loosest end they've had for a while. Otherwise, there have been some really good heads.
It's a little longer than some others. But
yeah, it's probably Ali's been opting for this kind of longer length, but it's probably the first time it's actually got to the tee though.
Wanted to use Swanee Wallage, the Mirror Moama. Be good to see you here this afternoon. It's a cracker day here in Benders.
Ali's awfully close again. He's just got to roll that last little bit now. It's going to be good enough to probably count. And he's going to force Brad.
It's a very wide open 4. Brad stay the same and just try and add
He's
2
just got
yards.
to get it right with the 4th one.
Here we go.
It's coming now, Tane.
It's better. It's the heartbreaker for Ellie Forsyth with holding 4. And drops a 1 to Brad Lancaster.
He needed it.
9-13, 4 shots the difference. And Vicky Pickett says on YouTube, look forward to more great calling, great games. The housework can wait. Good call. Speaking of good call, that's it for me. I've been tapped on the shoulder. Troy Stiffy Stafford is going to join JT.
Thanks, Tone. Welcome, Troy. So
Thanks.
I don't know you as Stiffy. I know you as Cartman.
Yeah, I've had a few nicknames over the years. The Stiffy was from my coaching days when I gave a pre-game speech.
This will be
to
good.
the
I'm
side,
intrigued about this one already.
and we were on top. We're playing North Baldwin, who were on the bottom, and we beat them at home. And we had a really big home ground advantage.
Great starter from Brad.
Our synthetic could run, 18 seconds.
So this was Yarra Glen days?
Yarra Glen days,
Yep.
and we beat them at home by 6 shots. We're on the top, they're on the bottom. We should have really thrashed them. We then play them at their place, so I was, just missing.
So I'm not sure Bob was actually ready then. He was put the score on his phone in the live scoring and nearly took his foot out.
No real target there at all. So we play them at their place, and I was worried that they might be I thought they were a bit complacent when we played them the first time, so in my pre-game, I meant to say, let's not give these blokes a sniff today. And I'm sure you can work out what I did say.
And that's where the nickname stuck.
That's where it came from. So it sort of went from, I had Staff at that club.
Yeah.
And it went from Staff to Stiffy.
Yeah, it's a good bowl there by Brad. First bowl on, second bowl behind.
From my watching, and I haven't watched all of it, I've probably watched maybe half.
Yep.
Looks like Brad's been... I'll just wait for Ellie to deliver here. Players are very close to us at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Someone moving at the back.
Just one of the Fours guys from West Coast grabbing a drink of water.
Yeah, it looks like Brad's been outdrawing him, but
Ali's
Ali's been out
conversions.
converting him.
Yeah. And and we discuss how when you play singles, how important your first bowl is. And Brad's first bowl's been really, really good, but Ali's conversion game's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's well known for it, isn't he?
Be interesting to see where the Ali goes again. He's driven with his first two. Still not much of a target.
But this is not going to add to the target.
I reckon there's every chance
I think
he
he's
goes
got-
back to the draw now.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. He's a good enough player to go back to this soft draw, isn't he? Yeah, he's not going to be happy with the line.
His weight was good though.
Yeah.
Well, not far anyway.
Gives him a cider for his last. I think he'd be just trying to drop one here now, wouldn't he?
Yep. Last thing Brad wants to do is actually create a target, I reckon.
This is true. He's not going to. He's going to, or is he?
See,
Oh, he
I think
has.
there's every chance Ali fires now
Yeah,
again.
he's going to have a look. Be interesting though. Those two might peel, depending obviously how you get them, but they might peel out without
Touching
moving
the jack, which
and
he'd
then-
still maybe two down.
Is it 4? I didn't see Bobby's indication.
Just
Yes.
got a message from OJ McBreen to say hello to you. Remember OJ?
I do from Corowa days.
Yeah, when he was
Yep.
at Benalla and
Yep.
then come over to us at Coro.
Yep, I do remember OJ. Where's he now?
He's in Bairnsdale.
Yeah, right. A few of the old Corowa boys went down that way. Frankie Seaton went down.
He's at Phillip Island.
He was in Verloc and then Leon Gather.
Yeah.
And now he's Phillip Island, is
He's actually moved a few times.
he? Yeah, yep. All right, what's he going to play?
I reckon he's running try.
Looks it. Yep. Obviously thinks he can get the jack and kill. He's got something. Oh, he wanted no jack, so he must have only been 2 down.
Yeah, I still think he'll take one down.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a great bowl.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're probably right there. He obviously thought he was only two down.
Because especially when he called no jack.
Yeah. Which we thought it could do. As you said, it sort of lined up that you could have got him without the jack.
Yeah, it just depended how you got it. Yeah, so then just replying to Unch on the chat. I did go to Stiffy John Cock then when I went to Ringwood, so it gets around. Matthew Hull tuning in from Japan. You've been to Japan?
No, but
Amazing place.
yeah, well, I think I want to go there.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best country I've been to.
There you go.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. The technology, the people, the culture, the food.
I think you can get around in like Mario Kart cars and drive around Tokyo, can't you?
I didn't see that.
I believe you
I
can.
didn't see that.
That appeals to me.
Yeah, it'd be pretty fun. But there's there's hardly any traffic because their rail system's so good.
Yeah, they're bullet trains.
Yeah, but they're all, like within Tokyo, all the trains are pretty well underground.
Yep.
And there's lines going everywhere. You can just colour them.
My understanding, it's the best infrastructure in the world.
Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, another great start from Brad.
Unch, yeah, Frankie Seaton. He's nearly to this day, at least from my Ovens and Murray days, he was the best I played with
He
and or
was
against.
Absolute gun. We had his size 6
Classic
twos.
twos, spot on,
Yeah.
Troy.
And,
You know,
and on those quick greens, they
he-
just roll on.
yeah,
and
he
on
just
and
made
on.
him. I still remember someone saying he had an international backhand and probably a state level forehand, and because he just played backhand that good.
Oh, yeah, he was so good.
The next live stream game, well, so funny enough, depending on how this singles match goes, we might even catch the back end of the ladies' pairs next door with this one. We'll suss that out. But then the 1 o'clock game, or roughly 1 o'clock game, will be the men's fours final. Now, I'll give you a score update from out the back. You can handle the women's pairs scores, Troy. I'll do the fours.
No worries.
It's currently 8-3 in favour of Geelong over Northern Gateway after 6 ends. And it's 4-4 after 6 ends between West Coast and Mornington Peninsula.
And in our women's, we've got on the rink next door here, Olivia Cartwright, 9-3 up over Anita Jenkins after 7. We've got Wimmera, D Lowe, is that Diane?
Debbie Lowe.
Debbie Lowe, 10-5 up over Leonie Flynn after 7. Then we've got Ovens and Murray, Matties.
Peter Matties.
Peter, 14-5 up after 7 over Sophie Kurzman. And in a real tight one, Hunt from West Coast is
And Maureen Drennan.
6-5 up over Sammy
Atkinson.
Atkinson after 6.
Allie's awfully close. Ooh, just slides past. If he flicked his over, he would have definitely made it for sure if it wasn't already.
It looks to be shot from here. Looks like Brad can, on that backhand, just a confident draw shot. Sits on that bowl, touch on the jack is 2 or 3 if it goes further. Can he get to the jack? Oh, he might draw it, not quite.
Don't think so.
No.
It's my gut feel. It's always hard from the side.
It
I've
is.
never wanted to say it with absolute
No,
conviction.
No. And even looking on a screen, because it depends on angles of cameras. Okay,
Brad, give me a little nod saying he reckons he's got it. So
okay. And Bobby reckons that
it's a
Ali's
measure.
got it. He measured, but he favoured Ali. And Bobby's one of the best in the business.
Allie's close.
This is
I think he'll take the measure out of it.
Surely.
It's got to take the measure out of it.
Well, for shot it does, but I think they'll measure for second.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying, though?
I do.
Yes.
I do. Yeah, the Cartman nickname came from Matthew Flapper.
Is that where it come from? There you go.
Yeah.
He's actually given out a couple good nicknames because he's also got Lucas Protopapas Snits. Well, we won't go into the reason why his
Okay.
nickname is Snits,
Right.
but that's Flaps' nickname for Lucas.
Righto.
That's probably non-PG.
All right. Mine was pretty simple, that one. I was trying to get someone stir someone up with a nickname, and it didn't stick, but I was wearing a Cartman T-shirt on that day, and so he called me Cartman, and that one stuck. So it's only people from kind of, it depends where you go, as in, the era of people as to what they call you.
It's funny. I get obviously JT a lot, but growing up, I never got it literally until I was into my mid to late 20s.
Yeah, well, I get Staff a lot, and I never got that as a kid either.
So score is 15-10, and with Ali getting 2 last end. This is the length where the mat is, where we just got to probably whisper a bit more.
Yeah, they're only about
5
metres.
Yeah. I've gotten death stares before in matches where the mat's this close to us. Not this particular match, but in other matches.
I've gotten death stares when they're 10 metres away. Apparently I talk too loud.
You do.
There was a game.
But you don't sometimes you don't realise with the headphones
No.
on.
Well, there was a game at Terrelgan, and I was maybe 2 metres from the commentary box. And I felt like I was whispering. And Tony and Sam were on, and I heard him saying, "Oh yeah, he's ex-school teacher. He projects his voice." Rah, rah, rah. I was whispering. I must project my whisper.
Yeah, slight touch on the jack from Ali.
Surely that's going to cut. Yep. Did you find, because you played on this rink yesterday, did you find there was a preferable hand?
So funny enough, I was just thinking about that. If you'd asked me if I was coming out to play singles today, I would have played the other side of the green.
Yeah, because they're both playing this commentary side.
Correct. I thought the other side of the green was a fraction wider and a fraction more true in terms of getting to centre line.
Yep.
I thought this side, you can draw a shot, but I felt sometimes when you wanted to play the in-between shots, every now and then you might find a sticky point, if that makes any sense.
Yes, yep.
And so hence why I would have just opted for the other side, knowing that's bang on getting down the centre line. But saying that, this has been a top standard match, and they've predominantly played the ditch side of the green.
Yeah.
So
I tend to favour a wider hand most of the time.
it kind of makes sense. And like I was talking to someone, might have been the day before, Troy, and I've got these set of dynamics that I've hardly used because I couldn't early days get down the centre line the way I like to. So I'm going to work on them and actually play with them eventually, but it's something that I like to make sure I get down the centre line, and my Evolves do it really, really well.
Yeah. No, it's certainly important early in a game to find your line. If you're scratching around for line, you're in a bit of trouble, I reckon.
That's Ali doing here. To me, it did look a little on the shortish side. Saying that, he's still probably holding 3, and it wouldn't be, I would argue from the mat, it wouldn't be a great head looking at it. Now, the only thing I think Brad might decide to do is he might run at this.
I think he's going to run at it. If he gets the 2 bowls out, and if he gets the gap between the 2, he should get the jack, really.
Just so though. It just doesn't look like there's an easy way in for the draw, though, does it?
No. I think if he's 3 down, I think realistically he should be able to
get one
cut
out.
one out.
You might get 2 out. I said the dream result's getting the jack in the heart.
Yeah, the jack in the pit. If you get the 2 bowls out the front, then you cut it to 1. We're about to find out. Okay.
Looks on the tightish side, Troy.
Does. Big end for
Maybe
Ali.
3. It's a big end. It's an important
Loose.
end.
It was a loose end for Brad, but particularly the standard of this game. Looking if his 3rd one's in.
Yeah,
2 on the
measuring
look.
for the 3rd. So it'll either be 17-10 or 18-10, Troy. Three it is, 18-10.
So prior to this, there was only 1-3 for the game, which Ali had got, and the rest had been 1s and 2s. 18 ends we've played. Of course, it's not an end game. It is
First
to 25, and it also is not a timed match.
So score update from the B Green for the men's 4s semi-final. Geelong currently leading 8-4 over Northern Gateway after 7 ends. They're just shy of halfway. And then West Coast is, my apologies, Morning Potentials has hit the front for the first time in this match. 5-4 up over West Coast after 7 ends.
Another handy opener from Ali. Oh, I can smell the barbecue starting to cook too.
Don't say that.
Didn't you have breakfast?
I did actually. I don't normally, but I did.
Brad looks to be going a bit. He'd like it to stay, but I don't think it will.
Probably
Pretty-
what you
pretty
made,
good
the comment you
ditches.
made before about Brad being probably maybe a fraction better on the draw. When Ali's gone to the longer ends, though, that's when Brad's sort of just been not as good.
Yeah, he's nailing the short. I've noticed he's been playing the short.
Like was it the last end this way? What was one of the ends not long ago? Brilliant bowl from Ali.
Yeah,
Ali had 4
that's
now, but they
perfect.
weren't spot on, and it took till Brad's last bowl to get shot.
Yeah, that was I think that was the last end that Tony commentated, or
Yeah.
I was certainly here for it. was just in the background. Okay, it's just getting to that important stage in the match. You know, as Ali's getting close to that 20, 21, 21 sort of.
Well,
being
21's the magic number. Yeah, you're right, Troy.
You can pot out.
Yeah. And if I'm a betting man, this will be number 3 already this end for Ali.
Yeah, I don't think you'll get great odds on that because it looked good all the way.
Do you think? Well, I reckon it definitely forces Brad to the backhand, but it depends on what weight he
Yeah,
plays.
he's got to play backhand. I wonder if he'll draw with this one and then look to run with the last. I don't know his game style, how aggressive he plays.
He doesn't mind a runner every now and then. He's probably not as attacking as Ali is.
Yeah.
He's actually played this pretty well.
If he could get that jack. Yeah, well played. That's a very good shot. I'd hazard a guess at saying that that is the shot.
So, a couple options here for Ali. He could stick to the backhand that he's been playing, get to his own, roll it over a couple of times onto the jack to make 3 or just around to sit it. Or he could swing to his forehand, which is that slightly wider side. He could get to his own, screw straight, get to the end of the shot bowl clean, or a little trail. So
Slightly more options on the forehand.
I believe so too. But funny enough, he's going backhand, Troy.
Well,
He
if
actually
if
could be
that's
playing
the
weight.
hand, he's lining up for weight.
It's not big. I don't think it's one of those swinging ones he plays.
Just reaching weight, looking for his through the white, or ideally the white out clean, but he's just under. All right, opportunity for Brad to add another, but doesn't really want to touch the jack.
No, you could play a good ball and go down here, couldn't you?
Yeah. What a cracking day. Yesterday was the same. Pretty much it's looking like for the week, every day's, low 20s and beautiful sunshine.
Yep.
How good's that?
No, I just said before, I can't see a cloud.
I couldn't see one yesterday in the morning. It might have clouded up later, but when you were playing yesterday morning, I couldn't see them.
All right, how is Brad going with his last? He's probably going a bit quick, isn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't want to get down, that's for sure.
No, not at that pace. One to him. Makes it 11-18, Troy.
It does. See if we can get a pairs update now. Liv Cartwright 10-4 up over Anita Jenkins after 9. Debbie Lowe 13-5 up on Leonie Flynn after 8. Peter Matties 16-5 over Sophie Kurzman after 8. And the tight one, Sammy Atkinson and Hunt. I forget her first name. I'll see if I can find that. Apologies. There's 6 all. Six all through 7. Oh, what an opener by Brad. Can't even see the jack on that screen. That's how much to the centre line it is. But the important thing for players is, being able to see that jack.
Mm-hmm.
Just gives you that better visual guide. Thank you, Michelle. Stephanie Hunt. We saw this going this way last end where Brad nailed it at the front of the jack. He's pretty close again.
Although, that's a target to me.
It's a great shot, but it's a target. If it's a target for you, it's a target for Ali. I
Close.
think
Got
that
a
jack's
brace.
going to spring. He would have got that even if it was just the one bowl. But it just gives you that more confidence to play it, doesn't
You know
it?
what I love about Ali too? He's played the game so long, he even gets the marker to cover the side of the ring next door.
He
You know,
didn't want that head destroyed, even though it would probably only be a bowl going in there, but even still.
I've seen Bester, who's probably obviously one of the better drivers we've ever seen. He's the same when he plays. He'll when he's playing singles, he'll go. He'll say something, and the marker knows.
Yeah.
And the ring. Sammy.
Back to the short length again for Brad. In the hot seat, Sammy. You've been here 5 seconds.
I've nearly gone through the chair. Time must have been good.
Been here 5 seconds and straight in.
In the words of Lucas, hello boys.
You seen much of this one, Sammy?
Nope. I've been watching the fours.
Couple of tight games.
Pretty good game. Rank numero 9 down there. Between Geelong and Gateway.
Yep.
Nathan and Brad playing some special skips bowls, as you'd expect.
You would. Yeah. For the quality of those players and the importance of the match.
Ocean Grove probably had the better of nearly every position, maybe bar the skip, which is 50-50.
They have got their nose in front.
How are we going here? This has been the margin most of the game. This would be the biggest lead he's had for a while, though.
It was. Brad just won the last end, but through the early parts of the game, Brad was outdrawing Ali a
I
reasonable
did
amount.
see a couple ends where it looked like that was the case, yes.
Yeah, but Ali converting so well as he does. But the last few ends, Ali's probably been outdrawing him the majority of the times. But Brad's certainly favoured coming back this way.
Conditions ridiculously good again, aren't they?
Just outstanding. Just outstanding.
Shotty up. Let's get all the way to it. Oh, good shots.
Morning to you, Brendan.
Just wants to have the good speed here. Close as you
And
can.
hooks back well. Look at this. Second shot.
Yeah, enough a second.
It's always the first objective, isn't it? Get second shot. You can work from there. Bobby Castle, yeah, confirming. Just the one to Brad now. Just a reminder, we will try and get to this women's pairs match if time permits, and it's game is in the balance. And that game will be the...
You can hear Frank from up here yelling Trouty. He's on fire.
The game we'd be streaming would be Anita Jenkins and Liv Cartwright.
He sat at the back. It was actually not far away from
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to finish between those and the jack.
Gives Ali a nice shot, doesn't it? Under his own, onto the jack.
Yeah, he's got his own to use.
Yeah, a couple options here.
Inside or outside of it. Okay, so Ali will line up on his forehand.
I think it's a mile away. Chances.
Might get the outside and tap it in. It's always useful when the bowl's on its running edge.
Falls out. Does that change it?
Oh, is Bob going for the green paddle?
What's green? Ali?
Yeah,
Have to
but
be.
no, it was another 2 ones in a row to Brad.
Bit stiff. I think if it stood
12,
up, it would have been shot to
I
Ali
think
there.
so. I think so too.
Green's horribly confusing given what our scoreboard graphic has, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You've only just noticed.
Yeah, I don't look at the little picture. It's obviously based on Ali wearing the green and Brad wearing the burgundy. As Brad just going for a quick break. So we can update you on a couple of
What we
scores.
need, Joshy, your aim is to do a Brad and get camera 5 on top of the roof, on top of the marquee. You weren't here last year, of course, were you?
No.
Last
No.
year? No, I know you were, but Troy wasn't. Brad's had a camera last year on top of the roof here.
Yep.
It went all the way around so you could see down onto B Green.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Unnecessary, but very cool.
So we have Liv Cartwright 10-4 up on Anita Jenkins after
There's
9.
AJ Jenkins.
We have Debbie Lowe 16-5 up after 9 on Leonie Flynn. Peter Matties 16-7 up on Sophie Kurzman after 9. And we have Stephanie Hunt 8-6 over Sammy Atkinson after 8. And in men's fours semi-finals, the scores are Brad Pavey from Geelong 8-5 up over Nathan Lynch after 8, and Damien Riches 8-5 up over Paul Twirold after 9. So both identical scores there. 1 after 8, 1 after 9. Made a pass with his opener.
Both 8-5. Extraordinary result.
Yeah, it's good to see a nice tight game.
Who plays winner of this?
In men's Champ of Champs.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, obviously Josh. Donkey.
Let's have a look.
JT's run away. Tell me the winner of another match. Well, yeah. Obviously. But the winner of which match?
The winner of...
Hurry up.
Hey, you could do it. The winner of Mason Bayliss
Ooh.
and David Cook.
David Cook. From Traff?
Traff. In Strzelecki.
Who's in the other half of that draw? I know, you put your phone away.
You did. Okay, Ali draws a shot.
I reckon I could be a marker later on this afternoon for the last 16 in the state singles. What do you reckon?
All depends, doesn't it?
Well,
Depends
we were
on,
having this conversation earlier.
Depends on whether that...
Apparently that's not allowed.
Yeah, great bowl from Brad. No, it's not.
It's against the rules.
No. Bob was stirring you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. I
Or
would happily mark.
he was either stirring you or really didn't want you to do it, so he just told you that there was the rules. That's probably more the point, actually.
I'll be a star.
Yeah, a monster.
Wow.
Wally. Onto the bowl. Onto the jack,
wow.
but they're not his at the back.
2 down. Brad Lancaster now drawing for 3. Wow.
Plenty of room for him to draw too.
Soft 3 here would make things a little bit more interesting.
Would it what? Doesn't want to put this one next to the other 2 because Ali could get them all out. So that's why Brad's electing to play forehand and not put it near those 2 bowls. That's smart play. Because Brad's other bowl's now off the green.
Looks decent.
It's going to count. Could get that one as well. It wouldn't surprise me if he ran at this.
If he gets all 3,
We'll both clap.
I'll run out and give him a high 5.
Okay.
I don't have to actually do that now that I've said it, do I?
Well, depends what type of person you want to be.
I'll give you. I'll stick to that. Stick to my word.
I'll definitely clap if
He'll
he gets
draw
all
it.
3.
He'll draw it. Please draw it.
No, he's going.
Oh dear. 3 down. Important stage of the game, Troy.
Sure is. It's not going to affect anything, but Bradley
Brad
Lancaster.
I'll give you.
And he's he's pumped. What a save! Now he's exhausted. It's a big end. Bridges that gap. He's picked up 5 in the last 3 ends.
Closer to getting all 3 of his. You're the beers already.
Coke, no sugar.
Sure, buddy.
People that know me well
No one can see you.
will know
So
that.
we'll have to take your word for it.
Well, I think people that know me well would know that I certainly would not be on the beers.
Homebrew.
Didn't bring any of that this week.
Another one to the Northern Gateway rink in the men's 4 semi-final. They've bridged the gap. 8-6 after 9 ends. The lead to Brad Pavey and team.
This one is a men's champions match. Round of 16 been brought forward due to potential clashes, and both players were available to play. In such a quality game that we thought, let's bring it to all our viewers. Ali just asking it to hold. Yeah, it's a handy opener. He'd be keen to get back on the board after that last end. Pretty good reply from Brad.
Just hold on.
Should
Nice pace for it.
Looks to be the shot. Has he got the jack here? If he does, he'd get the wrong side, but he does hang around.
It's a good shot. It does make it a little bit of a tucker. Has Brad Lancaster used much weight in this game at all?
Certainly not as much as Ali, but it generally hasn't fired from what I've seen super big. Got a nice little sit shot here. Just looking to play that sit or trail.
Could turn more. Might turn his own.
Well, that'll do it. Little fortuitous. And he's got the 3 good catches too.
Chance, Troy boy.
Without the jack, what a
Yes,
shot. And
quality.
falls behind it, which takes away the trail.
18-15 looks like it's a tight contest, and all of a sudden Ellie goes bang.
That is perfect.
Bang.
You cannot play that any better.
Got to be weight now, doesn't it?
Yep.
Whatever hand you prefer.
Yep.
Up and into him.
Best result you would think at this stage for Brad is a kill.
Yeah, he probably gets it off the second shot.
Yeah.
Just doesn't want the bowl fat.
No.
Wants either side of it to create the angle back to the jack, eh?
Or clean all 3 out and give Ali plenty of room. So, yeah, Jack Dead's the best result.
Very close here, Troy.
Will he get them all? He got them all. What a shot. Makes 4. David Butterworth, you called that well. Brad can certainly play big when he feels he needs to. And on that occasion, he felt he needed to. Maximum result.
He's made 4.
Made 4. Ali having last say at this head. Needs it to run.
I was going to say out of the hand, it didn't look like he gave it a whole lot, but you don't have to on these greens. Is it going far enough?
I don't know if it has.
Surely he's cut a few out.
I think it's a measure for shot.
He's done well. He couldn't afford to be quick and pass those second and third shots. Couldn't be any more than 1, could it? 1 red. Brad Lancaster backs up the 3. A big time conversion and a 1 to make it 18-16.
And that's me out.
Yay! Oh, sorry, I was just on behalf of that was on behalf of the viewers.
Still here.
Oh,
And
how'd you go?
JT coming back in.
Robert Carlson doing a magnificent job on the live scoring. Have a look at him go. Marcus scoring, easiest job in the book. 18-16, first to 25. It looked like Ali was a chance for a 3 or 4. Brad Lancaster said nope. And Joshua, you're back. The margin is back to 2 shots.
Well, when I left, it was 18-11 or 18-10. So it has changed significantly. Just had to do a couple little jobs there.
Ali almost had that end pretty much sewn up for holding a good 3. Brad Lancaster misses. Ali's drawing to 4, and the score's 22-15, and it's pretty hard to come back from there. Next minute, Brad Lancaster, all 3, stays for 4. Did you get to watch any ends of the 4s games down there?
It's 8-6. It's closed right up out there between Geelong and Northern Gateway. I have been giving the scores when I've been commentating, Sam.
There's a lot of love for Trouty down there by Trouty's 3rd. They're still trailed by 3 shots. Still 6 ends to plate. Plenty of ends. Men's 4s final coming up after this, Joshua.
Yes, Sammy. We'll probably do a
Be a
stint
decent game.
in the commentary.
We'll be on. He'll be on. Better shot from Bradley. I will say a few one-sided scores in the women's pairs quarterfinals.
Yeah, and even I'd argue.
I don't know if some of them are unexpected or not.
I don't mind saying this because you got to make predictions in life and have a crack at trying to think how things are going to go. Great
Correct.
ball there by Ali, but
Sure.
I'd argue 2 of the scores aren't the scores I would have predicted. Not saying they wouldn't have won, but
I would have the Athens and Murray Gateway one pretty
I would have thought
close.
they were
Athens
close-ish.
Murray
Yeah.
has been ahead the whole game, then it's now back to 7, still with 5 to play, so still a long time to go.
The Wimmera over Gippsland,
yeah,
that's probably
huge,
the more surprising
huge result.
Because even if you go off what the Wimmera ladies said yesterday, they come and said, "Oh, we're just making up the numbers," and
That was before the first game.
Yeah,
Come
I
out
know.
on the first game easy and
They gotta-
then backed it up.
they got to believe in themselves.
Hey, it's 2 and walk pairs.
Anything can happen.
There was ever a format where anything can happen.
I would also argue
2 and walk would be it.
the better teams generally win, e.g. the ones who play well. A lot less luck in 2 and walk.
Ali holding 1. Just going to miss out for speed. So I say it's a chance for Brad Lancaster if he can get the shot ball moving on the jack. But the angles don't look real good after that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, does he run at it, but gets it wrong? All of a sudden he can pluck his own out.
He goes trying to search underneath the last to sit the pole.
Stan, I'm not sure what you're referring to in terms of the ITO marker challenging the length of the end, because this length of end is more than 21 metres. It's probably close to 25 or 26.
What's he doing here? Brad Lancaster, is he drawing the shot? Just going.
It's not even close to 21, is it, Sam?
Well, there's actually the marker here, Joshua. Is that the 27?
Yep.
And
mat-
where's the mat right now? All
maybe
the way
two,
back?
2 mats up, maybe. It's not
Yeah.
even close to 21.
Yeah, closer to 27 than it is 21, put it that way.
Yeah. All right. Oh, bowler from Ali. Backhand draw. Just wants to slide under Brad's wing bowl here on the ditch side.
Not an overly wide line, Josh.
That'd be correct, Sam. But good enough to count, though, Sammy. You just popped down there, mate.
Two badge. I haven't been watching for long enough to know what's going on, clearly. 20 shots to 16.
Ooh, I haven't done
Josh, scoreboard?
scoring yet. I
Yeah,
haven't.
the keyboard's over here these days. Yeah.
Yeah, hang on.
Wild's keyboard.
I'm just putting the cursor there, mate. What'd you change it for?
Oh. Hurry up, mate. The next 10's already started.
It's a new keyboard, Fandangle keyboard. It's a bit too fancy for me.
You haven't seen this
No,
streaming
mate.
stuff. We have it all Pettit season.
I was going to say.
All for the Vic Open, which some of us went to. And now for this. How good.
Just the whole, the messages all coming in the one little screen there
It's
for
good
me as
not
well.
to have like Facebook in this corner and YouTube in this corner and
Is it
the
right?
scores in this corner.
Yeah, I still can handle that. I used to set the screens up, split into 2 and 3.
Just going with the first. Oh. What's been happening in the comments? Anything interesting?
Lucas said hello.
Hello, boys.
Snits. We were talking about nicknames before.
What?
We were talking about nicknames. How?
Oh, nicknames. I thought you said Nick Nat, as in Nicholas Natanui, who used to play football for West Coast. Nicknames.
Yeah, nicknames. Because Tony introduced Troy as Troy Stiffy Stafford. And I go, I don't know him as Stiffy. I know him as Cartman.
Today.
Yeah.
On air.
Yeah. You're really loud in my ears, Sam.
Yeah, well then turn it down, Josh. Is that better?
I feel like you're yelling at me.
You're in trouble again.
Just going, stop yelling at me.
I'm like Kelly when you're at home.
She's not listening to this.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. Can't get into trouble for that.
Oh, Brad Lancaster, good speed of the opening bolt to correct the line. This will be enough for 2. How close is he yet? Oh, that's a real good shot.
Shapes well, though, for Ali playing that forehand already.
Play a little bit more than less now with something to land and something to work off.
Doesn't look terribly far away, Sammy.
All down to speed here, Joshua. Inside of
Awfully
this.
close.
Oh, wow. Speed was magnificent. Still might be a couple.
G'day, Brendan. Hope you're well, mate.
Yes, still 2.
So score updates from out the back. Geelong 9, leading Northern Gateway 6 after 10
It's a
ends.
close old game.
And West Coast 8. A draw with Mornington Peninsula 8 after 10.
You talking about Damo's last bowl last night, did you, earlier?
Oh, no, we didn't, but how
I'm
good
sure
was
the boys talked about it. Maybe they didn't. All right, Brad misses out there, so still 2. I think his last bowl again. Something similar as he's on the way down. Hit the inside, he's getting back down the shot bowler, Jack.
It's just a fraction higher, I reckon, Sammy.
They're not really ripping just yet like they were last night. Oh, look at that kick out. Probably had the extra speed, to be fair.
Hey, Stan, there is a number of lines running left to right. There's probably one around the 21, just shy of the 21, and there's probably one closer to the 27. So, and there's a couple in between.
Lancaster a chance to draw for 3 here, Josh.
Jordan Yates has asked a very good question. Prediction to win
That's
the men's
unlikely.
champ of champs. No, I'll give Yates a bit of credit here. Right. Prediction to win the men's champ of champ, boys. Oh, I'm going to go out and
I can't say.
No, but this is where it's going to make it a little bit juicy. The winner of the Brody Hart
Yeah,
Sam
but
Rogers
that's a
match
dumb
will go on
comment.
and win it.
That's just silly.
I think you're both more than capable.
I think. Oh, I can't say. Can I?
Yeah.
Nah, probably not.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, probably not.
You're a bit more humble than me.
Most are close here. Get right back down and 4. Wow, that's good bowling. Snags a 3. 20 shots to 19. Woohoo!
We've got a humdinger.
Aren't you glad I chose to stream this game?
Oh, yeah, take credit for that. We probably won't even go across to the ladies' pairs because they've played 12 ends. The way we're going.
This might only go for another 2 ends.
Unlikely.
Brad Lancaster picks up 2 more 3s, I reckon. What?
I'll challenge you that he won't.
Well, from what I've seen, he's been out playing his opponent so far.
How much money do you want on that?
No, I mean, pretty good, given the length of end here. I think Ali will be able to find it. And this is closer to 21.
This one's definitely close to 21. Yeah, but it's still not. It's probably 22 to 23. Best perform region. There are too many questions, Yatesy. I don't think about this stuff.
What, the Vic Shield?
Yeah, I know.
Do we have a place to find the past winners of that?
Don't know. Be somewhere filed somewhere. I'll say Murray Malley. Just for the sake of it, even though we have done no good so far.
I will say, I was going to say Gateway, but what? They have just dropped a number in the women's pairs, now trailing 18-9. Josh has already broke the scoreboard after being in here for 2 ends. Can confirm it is 20 shots to 19.
I've just been told by technician Josh that there's a little bit of an internet issue.
Technician?
Yeah, he's a technician. Is he not a technician? I know it's 2019. I've got it on my screen as 2019. but if you
Everyone
say-
at home can't see
Oh,
that.
I know
Josh.
that. But I'm just updating everybody.
Shot by Brad with his last.
How's Ellie going?
Let's run the trip.
Just
Jeez,
short.
we've got good view of this end.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Happy days. Allie's last is, what, Josh, a foot short, pretty much?
Probably if you went from front of bowl to front of jack, and that's where you measure properly, technically, it's probably a tick over a foot.
Brad Lancaster, third bowl of the end, holding one.
It's on a tightish line, but it seems to be hanging nicely.
I was saying Ellie's last one held. I'll tell you what,
And great bowling.
it's a bit of chalk. Get the chalk out. That's 2.
And Jim, there is live scores on BowlsLink. Every one of the matches has been live scored on BowlsLink at the moment. Women's pairs, quarters, men's pairs, semis, and this men's singles.
Should have seen Ray yesterday. I'll just keep an eye on this bowl and we'll get to it.
Now he's tightish. Ray King.
Sitting down with Ray at the start of yesterday afternoon's games because he's watching the pairs in the far corner of B Green. An amateur hour going in and out of every game to see the score.
You're not doing the live button.
Ray, give me your phone. Look at this. Click on live and all the games are there at once. Oh, that is brilliant. Brilliant.
Still hasn't updated, Josh.
How's he going?
Just high.
No, overs. Score is 20-19. Brad Lancaster holding 2.
And according to all the comments, or mainly Vinny, that I broke it, but
What's that?
the score.
Oh, the comments on. Yeah, get him. Go with the comments. You have. Been here for 1 minute. What's Hallie going to do? Try and draw it off.
Jim, there's only one singles match being played. This is the champions match that's been brought forward early, owing to potential clashes later on during the week.
It's not a draw shot.
He's actually awfully close. He's awfully close. Great
That's
bowl.
not staying in.
Aha, the score is updated. What a dead end. So we're going to replay that one. Morning.
How are you going to draw it off? Not usually, Sam.
Morning, Shorty. Hope you're well, buddy.
Who was that?
Short man.
Oh, the short man.
The short man. There's a pile on here at the moment. Bull Mansbridge is on the stream too. He's throwing his 2 cents in.
All the good people in the chat.
I'll remember that, Bull. Don't you worry. All right, we restart. Okay.
What?
When you're playing singles, and the end is killed by
Yeah.
your opponent, do you like going back to where you come from because you've played a few
I
good
actually
ones?
don't care because I can't bother walking all the way up the other end, Josh.
It depends on
Let's
who
go
I'm
with the
playing.
bowls
If I know it's going to piss the opposition off, I go back. Or if I'm nailing a certain end, I definitely go back to that end if I can.
Look at the success rate of, say you're holding and gets killed with the last bowl, and then you decide to throw them back because you think you did play a good end, and then you replay that end. I'm pretty sure you don't end up scoring, say, 2 or 3 or what you're holding again. Imagine there was stat taking over the history of the entirety of lawn bowls.
If you want to waste your time doing that, go for it, Sammy. But
No, I'm right.
It's just a general feel in the game, mate.
It's ridiculous. If all the bowls are down one end, just walk down the other end and go from there. I don't need to throw it back. It's a waste of time.
Throw them back sometimes.
Get on with the game.
Just annoy,
Just play the game.
Just annoy the opposition.
If I ever play you in singles and you do that, I'll be so angry.
Oh, no, I know now that that's would wind you up, so I'd do it on purpose. Even if I wasn't getting them
Hey,
close.
don't you be passing any messages on.
Brody. Hope you're on the stream, bro.
He's busy these days anyway.
It's cutting along. Howdy.
Not at the old Club Barham. 2 domes. Happy days.
Golf course,
Mate,
mate.
over 60s is going off.
Golf course. It's probably the loosest end for a while, Sammy.
Yeah, this isn't going to change that either, although it's enough for shot.
It's the best one. All right, Brad Lancaster's after this one. Is he there, though? Don't think so.
What is going on here? Maybe he should have thrown it back.
Yeah, but... Well, yeah. T-Bone, we've got our call flute signage around the greens. And there has been in the past logos on the green, but I think with a new greenkeeper here, that's possibly why it's not happening.
This logo's down on the
B green.
B green.
There you go. It's not a huge thing.
What a strange old end of lawn bowls. This is Joshua at 20 shots to 19.
Yeah, it's like they've...
Ali maybe,
I don't
but
imagine
definitely
these are
holding one.
two type of players to tighten up because of their experience, but it's like they've tightened up, Sammy. What type of email is that?
Room for the shot to be drawn.
Absolutely. Only takes one good one, Sammy. He's not hating it, I don't reckon.
Still needs us to hurry.
That's probably good enough.
4 bowls, hey?
Yep. All right. Ali's got to venture his way back to the mat to play his fourth
Might have
bowl
to
this
get
end.
over to the backhand to draw the shot.
I think so. Rightio. It's on its way, Sammy. This is looking all right, isn't it?
Good enough line if it stops.
Ooh, that's gone a bit further than I thought it was going to. Well, what do we got here?
1.
20 all. As we're waiting for him to declare the
Oh, I
head,
haven't actually
I've got a score
looked
update
in.
here.
Yes.
Geelong 10 versus Northern Gateway 6 after 11 in the men's four semi.
That's no update.
That's an update. It's updated by 1. Geelong scored 1 the last end.
Oh.
And it's 9-8 in favour of Mornington Peninsula over West Coast. Well, and a 1 it was to Brad Lancaster. It is now 20 all. Want to give me a women's pairs score update?
Not really.
Oh, you have to.
Who made you the host?
Well,
You're meant to be banned for the host.
That was still the greatest
What is
meltdown ever in history. And I own it.
Don't know this is getting there. What would you like? Women's pairs scores. BCG 12, Mornington 7 with up and back.
They're flying through their ends.
They are too. Wimmera 16 shots to 9 over the Gippsland girls with 3 to play. It's not done yet. To Murray leading 19-9 against Northern Gateway, also 3 to play. West Coast. Who's playing for West Coast over there, JT? 11-6 over Sandbelt.
Drennan and Hunt. Now, I've just got a message in this chat saying the stream froze.
Who's that? Who's that from?
It's Vinny, so it's,
Oh, that's half reliable.
it's half also doubtful.
Nah, it's still up.
Stream's working fine. Don't know what you're talking about, Vinny.
20 apiece.
Mate, you're frozen, Vinny. That's all you've done. It's
It's
Lancaster.
got that Traralgon connection.
All right, here's Ali. He's looking to sit the bowl, turn the jack, Sammy. He's just shy again. Oh. Oh, everyone's saying it did freeze, Sammy, but it's back. All right, Brad's currently holding one. I reckon Ali's probably got the next three, so it's probably important for Brad to get another one roundabouts here.
Yeah, where to though? You can't stick it right next to the other one. Backhand, get third shot.
No, I don't like backhand, I don't think. I think he's going to play forehand. Right. He's probably playing the higher line. It's probably third shot. No,
You sure?
flopped out. So still a big chance for Ali here. Sit the bowl, turn the jack. Or does he go bigger and just peel the bowl clean?
He'll go the bowl.
You reckon? Yeah. Okay.
Blow your nose. What is wrong with you? Josh, do you have any... other Josh. Streaming Josh. Technician.
Shush. Sam.
Sorry.
Big bowl here. He's going with weight.
That's what I said. Got the jack.
Killed anyway.
Try again.
And we go again.
Who's after the jack and the back two bowls he called for? That would have been premium result and then some.
It's been a cracking game. 20 all still. Everyone is saying it did freeze. I hate admitting that Vinny was right, though.
Thesaurus.com cracking, because we use that too much.
You're allowed to have your own words you like using.
Immense. Immense.
Sublime.
Immense.
Sublime.
Try again.
It's interesting now,
Can't
Brad,
put that into
Brad
the last
is
little while, yep.
opting for the longer end, where he's predominantly most of the match he's gone map back and shorter. It's tactic change. It's worked.
It's a real good opener from Brad Lancaster. You're right.
Just breathing, mate. I'm allowed to breathe.
Sounds like you're dying. Not a bad response either, Josh. Oh, yes.
That's
Quality. And
it's immense.
plentiful. It's immense.
Ooh, that was close.
Just missing good viewers across Facebook and YouTube for this Friday morning, Joshua. Brad Lancaster trailed by, say, as many as 8 at one stage.
I reckon it was 18-10.
18-10.
I could probably
Way
go back and
to
check
20
that.
apiece. Last 16, men's champion of champions, and Ali holding 1. Misses out there, so a tough shot on here for Brad, but if he can get it right, can make a few.
Score update out on B Green. Men's 4 semi-final. Geelong 10.
Okay,
plays
we
Northern
need
Gateway
the
7.
KO, like, so people can just split view and watch that at home,
How
side
good
by
would that
side.
be? And then Morning Peninsula 10 playing West Coast 8 after 12.
Lancaster on the trot here.
He's got to hope he gets his own over a couple of times.
Yeah, you don't need to turn that twice.
Not quite big enough to do that.
Just draw weight, got it well surrounded. Wooden speed past the front will be enough for another. No pace. But Lancaster needs a little bit more speed to try and get the ball moving out of the head.
Need to look behind the head again. Let's have a look at that angle. Yeah. Yard of weight. And gets jacked in sort of off to the side, to the right, as we're looking at it as well. Couple options. All right, just pauses, Brad, regroups, goes to play the shot now, Sammy. Yeah, I reckon your call's right. You just arrive, sit the bowl, or get the jack around the corner.
Likes it. What's he got? Brad Lancaster.
He's got the jack.
What a shot. What a shot. Played the good weight.
That's a fantastic shot.
Got all of the jack.
No bowl either.
He managed to not even touch it. Now holds 2.
If he wants to know which one the toucher is,
He's not.
he's thinking about
He's
running
not.
at it. Well, that's the only reason you ask. Otherwise, he's playing draw hand, a forehand draw. But I think he's going quick, Sammy.
No way.
That was close.
How far off was the jack on the way through?
Let's have a look at the replay. Slides off that first one. He accidentally got one of the bowls going forwards, back up the rink. It'll be 1 to Brad Lancaster.
Hits the lead. Hits the lead.
21-20.
Now, did you have something for me before that last couple of bowls or not?
No,
No. All right. That's gone well.
there's been some interesting comments from my stupid brother on the chat, but that's about it. We just ignore
That's
him.
not unusual.
No.
See if he goes with the same length as last time.
Well, Peter Hardy reckons he's going now short this way and long back towards the clubhouse. And he has rolled that. Initially, though, he was definitely going short both ways. So, good pick up, Pete. Thanks for picking it up for us. He's the first one to get to that magic number, Sammy, at 21, where you can get out. Yeah, starter there from Ali. A little bit of Jack.
Just went away late.
Yeah,
Speed
'cause
by
that-
both the boys.
the green's just picking up at speed as it does here, Sammy, during the day. I was going to say morning, Maxie, and it is still morning in both Victoria and SA. Hope you're well, buddy. I don't reckon Ali will try and change too much in the way of pace, Sammy. I reckon he'd be just looking to try and throw it to himself. Just missed.
Hey, technician. Can we watch the bowl next time, mate? Just hit the button. Can you hit the button now so we can see where it ended up? Hit the button. Reach over and hit the button.
I don't know where the button is. I don't care. I'm just watching.
All right, Ali's last is a metre pass. It didn't change that. All right.
It's all right. He's fixing all your stuff ups, mate.
Oh.
You know?
They should have seen my game work at the Vic Open. No
Oh.
stuff up there.
Would have been horrible. Brad, he's awfully close again. Oh, could count.
Two down, but trail for three's on. Doesn't have the pace for it, Josh.
It's coming, Sammy.
Has enough pace to draw their shot.
Wow.
Probably had the pace in the trail.
Definitely had
two in the end.
definitely had the pace, Sam. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, mate, I'm used to playing you know where.
Maxi, quick question here. Question without notice. Do state bodies share ideas about streaming, finals week, etc.? Oh, look, without being on the inner sanctum potentially all the time in this stuff, I dare say when the state CEOs and presidents get together, they probably discuss this sort of stuff. Yeah, and look, there's no doubt that I reckon all states are looking at what the other states are doing in terms of streaming, and sometimes you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Pick up something somebody's doing really well.
Brad has his pack of bowls here in his backhand.
Yeah. Oh, just a fraction high.
He didn't really need to crash his own there. Underneath that was okay.
Do you reckon Ellie goes quicker with the last one?
The only thing is, the jack is very far away from the ditch, so he does have to get it, like a fair chunk of it in the middle to stay in,
The other
but
thing
he
is I'm
can
thinking
make four.
He gets the white onto the white as well, just to have that as an option.
He went pretty close with his last. He
I
might play
know.
the same. Every time I've predicted what he might play, I've been miles off, though, so we'll find out. Oh, you called it, JT. How's he looking?
It's done enough, I reckon, Sammy.
Absolutely, it has.
That's such a thought. That extra weight was bringing that other option into play. As they are deliberating and working out who's got shot,
Well, it depends which one Brad's closest is. Yes, what you got?
Liam Murphy, you boys live streaming City versus Country. No, we're not live streaming City Country, I don't believe.
I think it'll be live score, though, if you're super keen. Maybe not.
Don't know.
We'd be live scoring that.
Potentially.
Fours update.
I'll give you that in a second. I just want to see what happens here. So it's 2 out. All right, got an umpire.
Scores.
Rightio, score update. And you give me a ladies' pairs quarterfinal update too.
12-9 to BCG. They're playing the last scene there, Joshua. And just trying to get a feel of who's who's. Liv Cartwright's still got 2 to play. And she's just trailed the jack to probably seal the game next door. Just keep an eye on it.
AJ's
Wimmera 17-10 to Gippsland. Couple to play there. Hamza Murray all but through. And West Coast still lead 11-8. Couple ends left. Men's fours.
Men's fours. Okay, Geelong 11, Northern Gateway 7 after 13 ends. Morning Peninsula 10, West Coast 9 after 13. It's also a question, are we going to live stream Sammy's game next week?
Which game?
Well, it could be Pairs game, could be a Champion Champs game, who knows? It's definitely not a closed event, Liam. The more people coming up here and watching, the better.
Sorry, I just said Liv Cartwright might have won the game. AJ's ripped the toucher. Trying to get it out of bounds to make a number. Toucher's just stayed in play. So unless they kill it with the jack, no more than a metre away from the ditch, that'll be game over. And that force between Geelong and Gateway has been that pretty much the whole time since about end 2 as well. That 3-4 shots.
Yep. So we're just waiting on an umpire. I don't dare to say because I've been off. Like you've been. Oh, in that game we we're just talking about, Liv Cartwright has just trailed the jack again, which has definitely taken away any ability of Anita Jenkins to, well, that's the end of the game. Bendigo Capacitic Goldfields has won that one. So, still waiting here. ITOs and umpires are out here. We're getting a measure to determine whether it's 2 or 3 to Ali. It's 2 to Ali. No one wants to hear from you, Sam.
Yeah, well, I might have a report from the fours game on Rick 9, Josh.
Okay. What do you want to tell me?
Ocean Grove are holding 5. Still 3 bowls to play each. Jack's up near the tee, but Moonee Valley have 5 right at the back. So it's all or nothing on this end, pretty much. The game will either be won or lost.
Is there, but there's still bowls to come, though.
There's still 3 bowls to come each, but it's very, very hard to cover the way the 5 bowls at the back are positioned.
Hit right.
But there's no clear way to the jack, but there's chances to get bowls through the jack.
All right. 22-21 in favour of Ali. You might want to come back here, Sam. You're a bit close to Ali. You don't want to disrupt him.
Yes, sir.
Just do what you're told.
Right. Coming. That's better. You broke this chair, by the way.
How do I break the chair?
Too many Zamberos.
Good, thanks, Spence.
We're very close to the mat here, Josh.
Yeah, that's why we got to whisper, Sammy. Whisper.
Fair go.
Yep. It's got to run.
Got the rotations.
Nope.
Nope.
Don't you forget it, Jordan Thornton. Vinny, I think Frank hasn't stopped being up and about. Yeah, good follow-up from Ali there. Holding 2.
Might be last end here.
Early call.
Very early call. Sorry. Good track with Bradders first as he overcorrected.
He didn't get
No,
down.
he did well. He gave it a chance and got second shot, I think.
I like what Ali's doing here. He keeps playing the backhand so you don't build a target. You know, you're more or less likely to build a target on that hand, where if you go to the forehand. Josh.
Technician. It's okay, Matt. It's only 21-22. Not a big moment. Doesn't count. Maybe it's not the last end.
It's definitely not going to be the last end.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll make
Okay.
that.
Okay.
No games are finished yet, Spence, so no upsets. I'm not sure the sound's cutting out, just we're having big pauses. Right, Brad's third bowl. Looks better than his last. It is coming, Sammy. It's second shot.
Oh, it could still be over this end, Josh.
I don't reckon it will be, Sam. Ooh,
Oh, I'm going to check on that.
the crowd out the back. Sammy's going to go see what's happening. Rightio, as Ali comes down to play his fourth bowl. Be interesting to see whether he does swing to the forehand and try and turn it over. Well, he could get his bowl over and make three. All right, how's he tracking? It's actually looking close. Not going to make the three, but it's definitely made two. Yes, Sam?
Dead end.
Who killed it? Lynchy.
Yep.
So Ali drew a second shot there, Sammy. Come down. It just slid in front of the white wall there.
Brad could make four here.
Oh, I need to look beyond the head for that call because I just find it very doubtful.
Yeah, you know I'm right.
You should give up commentary if
You
you,
know
think he's
I'm
going to
right.
make four here.
A little slide off Ali's front one. Into Brad's closest. Gets the two to the left moving. And his own gets back to the shot bowl.
He might run, but that's not what's on the cards here. He's going to drop a two.
Oh, I can't believe he hasn't loaded up the front there at all.
I'm not saying he should have not run at it, but I just don't think he was getting four out of it though, Sammy.
Two shots, Joshua. Ali now one away. So had to work hard for this. Not over yet.
No, still could be 3 or 4 ends left. Score hasn't updated though on the stream. It is 24-21. We might be having tech issues again.
You're
Sam.
having a lot of issues getting
It's
the
not
scoreboard
me.
working. Well, it just seems like it's a you problem.
It's not me.
Marilyn Stevenson, Olivia Cartwright, 14 shots to
Yeah, that's
9 through to the semi-final. Wimbledon ladies have also won their game, 17 shots to 11. Huffington Murray also through, and West Coast leading Sandbelt by 2 up and back.
It's the close ones over there. Rightio. You can tell the pace has picked up in the last probably half an hour now, Sammy. The bowls are finishing much better now. Still plenty of room for Brad. Switching to the forehand though. Looks tight.
Yep.
Kevin Nemo. Can I have a shout out? There you go, Kev. There's your shout out. Alright. I reckon Ali'd really love to bury this end here and just nail it front nose a semi. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it still feels there's a little bit of room. Not far away. Run the trip. Oh. Yeah, wanting to run away,
didn't
not
want to
create
sit.
much of a target.
Leave it a gap. All right, the West Coast pairing just got 2 shots in, Sammy, so they're 4 up playing the last end.
Brad's going to look to follow that down.
He's staying the forehand though. Yeah, that's following him down because Ali played back in. My bad. Come back? Don't think so. Not quick enough anyway. What are you doing in this situation, Sammy? Are you trying to nose it again, or you're happy with what you got there? It's still holes to go through, and you just cover the back.
You know what to do? I go and get the best back here.
Yeah, I think so too. I like that call. You're actually holding match, so put all the pressure on him anyway to play a good one. Yeah, he's definitely going down the back, Sammy.
Did enough.
Did enough. Rightio.
Just. What does Brad do? Still try and draw it? Got to now.
I think so, and he's committed now. Forehand. Just got to get it right. Will this be the last bowl of the match, Sammy? Just watching the body language. He's
Okay
definitely
line.
staring at it.
Okay line with a good speed.
It's not getting down, Sammy. And there we have it. Our winner of our impromptu early forward champions match is Ali Forsyth.
Oh, fair game. Fair battle between the both.
Very good match.
Got back to all square. In fact, Brad Lancaster hit the lead.
Yep.
With just a couple ends to go. Ali Forsyth. It's the last 5 shots of the game to win it 25-21. What do you reckon, host?
We'll call it. And
Call it a morning?
Yeah, we'll reconvene back around 1 o'clock-ish.
Yep.
For our men's fours final. Shout out, everybody.